In today's video, I'm gonna try and break and softlock every single 3D GTA game as fast as possible. What kind of ridiculous bugs do you actually need to trigger to softlock a GTA game? Things get wacky, really wacky. A softlock is when the game is still running, but you physically cannot progress any further. The only escape is literally a full game reset. But just how hard is it to pull off this in a massive open world game like GTA? Well, let's find out. There's an extremely complicated glitch that, if done right, will actually make Claude completely invulnerable to all types of damage. And it's this glitch that will help us softlock the game. But before I show you how and why a God mode can completely softlock GTA 3, firstly, we have to actually get this working. Our first obstacle for this glitch to work requires us to have grenades in order to do it effectively. Luckily though, GTA 3 features something called rampages, and luckily on the first island, one of these rampages will give us grenades, but only for a 2-minute window. Secondly, we need to find a police vehicle driving around the map and attempt to steal it. This will then cause the police officer to get out of the vehicle and attempt to bust us. We now need frame perfect timing and a ton of luck. We need to throw a grenade at the cop car as soon as the cop exits the driver's seat. Once the grenade has been thrown, we then need to quickly enter the vehicle just as the cop enters a special busting animation, which is totally RNG based. Right at the frame the explosion goes off. This will then disrupt the busted animation sequence, which will grant us invulnerability. Because for some reason, when being busted, the player is granted invulnerability until you are fully inside of a vehicle. If this explosion goes off just as we get this special busted animation, we still have those flags, but we're no longer inside of a vehicle. So, with this very simple task ahead of us, I decided to start a brand new game.
I know a place on the edge of the red light district where we can lay low, but my hands are all messed up, so you better drive, brother.
As soon as the game begins, before we can even think about doing this glitch, we have to first proceed to the safe house and complete the very first mission. This is because while on missions, we cannot pick up rampages, and even if we could, for some reason this opening mission doesn't allow us to get a wanted level for the first 2 in-game minutes. It's now time to quickly rush over and grab that rampage that's going to give us those grenades. This doesn't take long, and as soon as I've picked up the grenades, this is where the real panic begins to set in. We now have 2 minutes to find a police vehicle and complete this frame perfect glitch. Luckily, I find a police vehicle just on time. I attempt to open the door, throw the grenade. Yeah. Unfortunately, I wish it was this easy, but in reality, doing this challenge took me well over 3 hours to complete. I think I must have reset the game well over 100 times trying to do this. I was honestly thinking about completely giving up altogether, but luckily, after about 3 hours of playing, suddenly, this happened. Claude is now completely invulnerable to all types of damage. So now what? How do we softlock GTA 3?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
Well, in GTA 3, if Claude jumps into the water, he will drown because he cannot swim. However, this glitch has now just granted us invulnerability, which means if we find the ocean and jump in theory, we should entirely softlock the game since water will no longer drain our HP.
This motherfucker don't miss.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
And there we have it. We've managed to softlock GTA 3. Claude will just flail his arms around as he drowns, but his health isn't going down. The game will literally be stuck like this forever. Ever. Time to move on then to GTA Vice City. And just wait and see how wacky GTA San Andreas gets later on. But first, allow me just a few moments to explain how I teamed up with One State, today's sponsor, to bring you this video. So I've actually really been enjoying One State. In One State, you explore a giant city in a free roam world as you build your way up through the ranks. As I arrived at the airport ready for my journey ahead, a taxi arrived to pick me up. But then to my side, a rich group of players roll up flexing supercars and luxury gear. So I had to make this happen for myself. So I ended up joining the Green Gang, who've got a rivalry with the Purple Gang. I arrived at their hideout and they kindly basically showed me the way of the criminal, just one of many paths you can take in the game. Now with the green gang I started hitting stores, stacking cash, and then mid-robbery the purple gang jumps us and turns it into a full-on PvP shootout. Then the cops showed up, and they weren't just NPCs either. The cops in one state are real players role-playing as police. So we tried to escape in a supercar, but yeah, we got busted. Shortly after this, the money really started to roll in. You can actually spend what you earn in-game on really cool things, so we hit the luxury auto dealership, bought supercars and raced them. To finish the night, the gang ended up partying at the mansion and showing off our cool cars. And all of this stuff is stuff you can own and unlock by just playing the game. The best part is, it's all on mobile with really good graphics. Servers packed with hundreds of players as well. If you haven't tried One State yet, download it using my link in the description, pinned comment, or scan the QR code on screen. You don't have to be a criminal like I did. You could be a business owner, a lone wolf, police officer, whatever you want. Now if you use my code DRMOD on the website, you will receive $10,000 in-game cash. There's plenty of fantastic offers and daily rewards on there as well. Then if you enter that same code in as a referral in-game and reach level 8, you'll unlock an additional $60,000, so make sure you check those out. And thanks to One State for sponsoring today's video. Right then, the ad is over. Where were we? Oh yeah, Vice City. There's some good news and very bad news. The good news is the same glitch we just did in GTA 3 also works in GTA Vice City. The bad news is the same glitch also happens to work in Vice City. Yeah, no, you heard that right, because it's 2 more hours of total pain. Don't worry, there's no need for explanation this time, and with the magic of editing I can just show you how I finally got this to work. Vice City actually lets us get a wanted level from the very beginning of the game, unlike GTA 3 where we couldn't until we completed the first mission. So, as soon as the game begins, I rush my way over to the nearest location I know I can find a weapon, which is this shotgun at this bench right on Ocean Drive. From here, I then need to find a police vehicle, which luckily isn't too difficult. From here, I then need to block the police vehicle's path, set fire to the police vehicle, and lure the police officer away. Then I need to quickly try and enter the driver's side door while getting the special busted animation at the frame perfect time as the explosion. Again, just like GTA 3, this took me way too long to actually get to work. You see, originally Vice City was meant to be a DLC pack for GTA 3, so many of the glitches that occur in GTA 3 also happen in Vice City. But several hours went by, failure after failure, and yeah, I was close to a point where I was thinking about scrapping this entire video idea altogether once again. But then, I finally managed to get it to work. Once again, Tommy is now invulnerable. Luckily for us, just like Claude in GTA 3, Tommy is unable to swim, so all we have to now do is find the nearest body of water. Luckily there's a canal very close by. I jumped in and voila, I softlocked GTA Vice City. But the next game coming up had me feeling extremely nervous. GTA San Andreas. This glitch wouldn't give us a free ride anymore because, well, in GTA San Andreas CJ can swim, so yeah, we have to think outside the box. As it turns out, there's one very notorious and famous softlock in GTA San Andreas that's well documented online for breaking people's save games. This glitch involves CJ getting killed by the cops during a phone call from Catalina in a mission called King in Exile. The only issue is, this mission only takes place much later into the game and takes several hours of playtime in order to get there. This obviously was not good enough. However, I did stumble across one other alternative method. One which held a lot more promise, but you just have to wait and see what happens.
Give me a call sometime, we should go out or something.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Okay, I'll catch you later, CJ.
Hello? Stupid ass motherfucker.
Yeah, so the odds of this happening to us are literally 0. But this is fine, because this actually showed me one important thing, which was the missing piece of the puzzle. When we drop off Denise at her house, we simply have to block her access to her front door, and if everything goes well, we should softlock the game. So with that, I decided to start a new game. So I played through the beginning of San Andreas, much like any other speedrun. Burning Desire, though, is still quite far into Los Santos, and I wasn't quite sure how long it would actually take to get there. But then I remembered something really important, which is that certain missions in the game can actually be unlocked sooner, simply by following a very specific mission strand path. And I actually found this image online showing us the exact path we could take in order to unlock this mission the quickest way possible, meaning we could unlock it in as little as 12 missions. But first, I had to get through Rider, tagging up turf, cleaning the hood, drive through, 9s and AKs, OG Loke, Life's a Beach, Mad Dogs Rhymes, and eventually, finally, what we've been waiting for, Burning Desire. Luckily, a lot of these missions didn't actually take that long to complete, several minutes at most. So all we have to do now is take Denise to her house, but before we access the mission marker, hijack a vehicle that's big enough to block her driveway, and hope and pray that it softlocks the game. And it was time for the moment of truth.
Hey, what's your name?
Denise Robinson. Give me a call sometime. We should go out or something.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Well, it worked. Personally, I would have loved to have found a way to softlock the game a lot sooner than this. The game got softlocked like this for a very long time. I left it running to see what antics would happen, and while I was AFK, she ended up dying. So yeah, there's 100% no returning from this, and this would require a reset to get back from it. But it's time now to move on to an even bigger challenge, GTA 4. Apparently, there's several ways we can softlock GTA 4. One way I saw on YouTube, a video claiming a vending machine is all it takes to softlock the game. Surely this was too good to be true. The video showed a player in Bohan who tries to use a vending machine, and Nico gets stuck in an infinite animation loop. So it was time for the moment of truth. All I needed to do was start a brand new game. I first needed to, of course, rush over to Bohan where this vending machine was located. So using the quickest route I could possibly come up with, I raced towards the island. But before I did that, I also needed to obtain at least $1 so I could afford to use the machine. Luckily, the vending machine was only a few blocks away, and it was time for the moment of truth. I ran up to the vending machine, I pressed purchase, and I got stuck on the wall. Oh, yeah, so it turns out you just have to move the analog stick and you can break the cycle. But don't worry, I did end up finding a way to softlock GTA 4. And how did I eventually manage to do it? It turns out, once again, this can be done in a Brucey mission titled Easy As Can Be. Yeah, it's the 22nd goddamn mission into the game. So it turns out that objects in GTA 4 are tied to what your FPS is in-game. And when Nico is supposed to be exiting the garage after dropping off the vehicle in the mission to Brucey's lockup, if you have a high enough FPS, the door shutter speed is tied to that FPS, meaning that it should close so fast that Nico isn't able to physically escape the garage. Now, I'm not a GTA 4 speedrunner, so this took a reasonable amount of time. Luckily, once again, I found yet another flowchart which revealed that there's slightly faster pathways to unlock this mission, complete all of Roman's introductory missions, take Michelle on a date, we have to complete all of the Vlad missions, unlocking most of Mikhail Faustin, complete most of his story arc, before finally we will eventually unlock the Brucey missions we've been waiting for. As you can imagine, in a game like GTA 4, this isn't exactly a quick process. Eventually though, I finally made it to the mission, and it was time to deliver the car to the lockup. I'd turned down all of my graphics settings in order to maximise the FPS. I delivered the vehicle into Brucey's lockup, and, well, I have to say that was easy, but it also took a long time. Looking at the clock, this had definitely taken longer than I expected to obtain. But I was starting to worry if there was going to be a trend. Each of these games has been progressively getting harder and harder to do, so I expected GTA 5 to be the hardest one yet. How long is it going to take to softlock this game? I spent hours searching the internet for a softlock in GTA 5 that would actually work and didn't take hours to unlock. And I just couldn't find one. I guess they're not that well documented. But don't worry, I found something really crazy. So, in GTA 5, there's a replay system. Well, when replaying a mission in GTA 5, one thing is absolutely certain. Once the mission is completed, you only get 3 seconds of time before the menu disappears and you're returned to story mode. They also added a very important thing that specifies you must not be able to save your game while in a replay. However, there is one mission in the game where Rockstar forgot to apply these rules. And that mission is quite a late game mission called Fresh Meat. Instead of the usual 3 seconds, you're given 36 seconds. And we're able to save our game. So, Fresh Meat is the 53rd mission in the game according to the wiki. There's no way in hell that that's the quickest way to softlock the game. But what if I told you that this glitch directly affects the prologue? Meaning, if you do this glitch, technically the game starts from the very beginning again, meaning we wouldn't have to start the timer until the prologue begins, because, well, technically that's starting a new game, right? Well, what happens when this new game gets begun? Well, that you're definitely going to have to wait for, but trust me, things get interesting.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I loaded up my GTA 5 save and replayed Fresh Meat. Once the mission is complete, we have 36 seconds, which is just enough time to go over to Michael's bed and save the game. And this completely breaks the save. From here, we can close the game down completely and reopen it. What happens when we load into this corrupted save? Well, this happens. Yep, the game literally restarts from the North Yankton prologue. Timer begins. Technically, this is a brand new game. First, we need to blow up the vault and grab the cash. On our way out, we have this very famous, notorious scene where Michael gets grabbed by this security guard, where he then says the world-famous line,
"You get 1,000 things every day. How about you make sure this is one of them?"
But in this corrupted save, things don't really behave the way they should. Yep, the game is now softlocked. No, seriously, no matter what you do, you cannot progress any further than this. Michael's dead, the security guard's dead, although his blip's still on the radar. And what's something really interesting about this is that there's this back room over here which is a security guard room with security cameras. And by using this corrupt save file glitch, you can actually just walk in here. Well, no matter what you do, it won't end the mission. Meaning we can literally break the game by shooting all of the hostages in this area, preventing the game from moving any further, and we've already softlocked the game. It would really help me out if you hit subscribe. I'm aiming for 400,000 subscribers before GTA 6, and I think with your help, we could definitely get there. I'll see you guys in another video soon. Adios.